Here's a record. One Arizona homeowner may prefer to shed 20 rattlesnakes hanging out in his garage. The wrangler he called found 5 adult western diamondbacks and 15 babies coiled around a water heater. That is the most ever caught in one call by that wrangler, and because their venom is poisonous, she had to first use tongs to pick them up before relocating them to a more appropriate habitat in the desert. Might be a solution to that problem in New York. Country's got a final take about forecast.
Definitely not. Our problems here require an umbrella because we are going to see some rain, not only for tonight, but it looks like for the morning commute tomorrow as well. Tonight's low temperature is mostly in the 50s and 60s across the region. Tomorrow's highs a bit cooler than today and below average, with readings mostly in the low 70s. Have your umbrella handy tomorrow. We will have periods of rain, but then we're going to dry it out after that. Good looking weather as we go into our last full week of summer. Let's remember that fall officially begins this Saturday. Temperatures will be in the 70s. Arthur?
Thank you so much, Audrey. And that is all we've got for the news. Have a fantastic week. Good Day's going to have the latest headlines starting at 4:30 a.m. Stay with us. Sports Extra with Tina Cervasio starts right now.
Coming up on Sports Extra, the New York Football Giants do something they haven't done since 1949. But all that matters to the 2023 Giants, Big Blue gets its first win of the year. And it was an historic comeback in Arizona, but it also could come with a massive loss. We'll have the latest on Saquon Barkley's injury as well. The Aaron Rodgers-less Jets travel to the Lone Star State in search of their second win. But the Lone Star in this game, the Dallas Cowboys defense, again against a New York NFL team. Hear from Robert Saleh on what Zach Wilson still has to learn, but also updates on Garrett Wilson and Quincy Williams, who both limped off the field today. Can you believe NBA training camps start in just over 2 weeks? Our special guest tonight will have all eyes on him when the Brooklyn Nets season kicks off. Point guard Ben Simmons sits down with me to discuss his health, how he's getting ready for a new season, and we learn about his foundation that's making leaders out of Brooklyn youth and across the globe in Australia as well. Tonight you'll learn about Simmons' passion for mentorship and how he's raising awareness in his home country in the fight against racism. Speaking of hoops, the New York Liberty are fresh off their dominating comeback performance against the Washington Mystics in Game 1 of their first-round playoff series. As the Liberty prepare for Game 2 at Barclays Center, our Jennifer Williams breaks down the matchup and if we can expect the Lids to sweep. It's been one extra crazy week in New York sports. Glad you're wrapping it up here with us as we get another edition of Sports Extra started right now.
Welcome to Sports Extra, presented by Toyota.
Why should I keep Daniel Jones as my starting quarterback on my fantasy football team?
Yeah, I'm confident in myself, confident in our team, and what we're capable of doing, and we're working hard to do that. So, that's first and foremost, and hopefully that reflects well in fantasy football as well.
All right, so after interviewing Giants quarterback Daniel Jones this week, coming off their shutout loss to the Cowboys, when they opened the season, I took the QB's advice. I was talking to him face to face. So when I was setting up my lineup for my fantasy football team this week, appropriately named the Football Giants, I moved Jones back into the starting spot, moving Jared Goff to the bench, and despite a dismal first half, while Jones made good on his advice, in the air and on the ground, giving my team 31.74 fantasy points. Good evening. Hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you did well with your fantasy team today. And we're so glad you're also spending your Sunday night here with us. This is Sports Extra presented by Toyota. I'm Tina Cervasio. Well, the New York Giants opened their season outscored by opponents 60-0 in 6 straight quarters of play. Big Blue couldn't score one little point. Trailing 20-0 at halftime in Arizona against the Cardinals. Today, the football experts on social media, well, they were all declaring the Giants' season was already over. But with the Giants receiving the ball to start the second half, everything changed. While head coach Brian Dable said he didn't say much at halftime or make any major changes to the game plan, well, the offense somehow came alive. Starting on the first drive of the third quarter, 2nd and 7, quarterback Daniel Jones keeping the ball, running it in from 14 yards out for the first points of the season, but the Cardinals still led 20-7. After Arizona scored to make it 28-7, the Giants answered. Saquon Barkley scoring from a yard out to pull the Giants within 2 TDs, now 28-14 Arizona. The Giants continued the comeback in the fourth quarter, executing the offense in the way it was supposed to look this season. Barkley this time catching a 9-yard touchdown pass from Jones. The Giants now trailing by just a touchdown, 28-20 Cardinals. Jones was nearly perfect in the second half and finally tied the game at 28 on that 11-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Hodgins. But not all was good. Saquon Barkley was helped off the field with an apparent right ankle injury. He showed his frustration by slamming his helmet onto the sidelines, and at this time all we know is that he had an x-ray on his reportedly swollen right ankle. But there's still time, and at 19 seconds left in the game, the Giants complete the comeback when Graham Gano hit a 34-yard field goal as the Giants beat the Cardinals 31-28, tying their largest comeback win since a 21-point rally in 1949, also against the Cardinals, just the Chicago Cardinals.